Don't try remembering the image. It won't get clearer. I advise you to watch till the end, and maybe you will see the face of the person speaking. Sit and watch with complete focus. Shall we start? All right. Nobody likes to be wrong. We all hate being wrong. And confronting ourselves with our wrongdoings is very harsh, to the extent that some people decide to continue in denial than admit their faults. I feel you're like this. Sorry, sir, I don't mean belittling you, but you somehow are to be held accountable. To which fault and who am I? I'll answer the second question. I am the one who has been calling you every day last week without uttering a word. Complete silence, a disturbing one. I guess you consider it a routine. I call, you answer, you say hello, then you start threatening not to call again and throw the phone aggressively. I'm not very far from you. I can see you well. I'm not a neighbor, for the neighborhood is uninhabited, barely 2 or 3 houses nearby. But I can just see you. You know me, maybe not accurately, but at least you know how I look. And I know a lot about you. I know you have a boring job, from which you return early to take care of your plants and remain the whole day sitting by the window reading a book or watching a boring show till you fall asleep. And sometimes you go to the basement where a secret window is found. Not really secretive, but just in a low position. No passenger can see through it from outside, unless he's laying on the ground in a yard, for example. I'm just stating an example. You were standing there, watching the quiet street that was disturbed by the loud music in the party of house number 10, which is a bit far from you. But you can hear the noise anyways, as if it's happening in your house. I guess you could also hear the soft music coming from house number 5. That guy who looks quiet, funny, and has some occasional friends. But he's harmless. We both believe in this, don't we? I don't mean to belittle you, sir, but you're a boring guy. Spending all your time at your house doing nothing, quiet as a stone. Well, that's not a bad thing. But you know what really is? It's being quiet when you should not be. When you should raise your voice and speak. Maybe you would save some girl. Maybe you would save even yourself. Let's return back to house number 10. A house for parents who were always absent. They have a son who always holds parties since dawn till midnight. It was a nice summer day. I was invited to his party. I don't know him, neither he does. But my colleagues said there was a party and we're all invited. Why not? And I went. We always go to places we shouldn't go to. But I'm asking now, was I to be blamed? Or you who remained still and silent? Anyways, I went to the party. Or let me say I left college heading to the party. It was super crowded, yet super boring. I didn't know anyone, nor did anyone know me. And gradually, the urge to go home started to increase inside me. And so I headed to the door to realize I didn't know the way home. I asked some fellas, yet nobody knew. Even the car that got me here yesterday wasn't there. I didn't see anybody to ask nearby. Such a disturbing, quiet neighborhood. Therefore, I found myself going to the empty houses on the sides of the street. Fear and anxiety started arising till I found them. House number 5. The whole image is starting to be clear in your mind, yeah? I knocked, asking for help. A nice guy. I told him about my tiny problem. And he told me he's gonna drive me home. He didn't. He told me I'm safe with him. I wasn't. He lied, and I remember nothing but you glaring at me from your window. Remember me now, right? I bet you were hearing us very clearly and you saw us inside his house. And you heard the glass breaking and me screaming and weeping. I bet you saw later from your window my body dragged on the floor with blood all over it. Before losing consciousness, and before he thought I was dead, I watched you for one last time. Your face was horrified, but you closed the lights and the curtains. I bet you didn't sleep, but you just did nothing. I was kept in a hole the whole night while he was cleaning the mess he did inside. And you? What were you doing? Maybe now you feel guilty or sorry for me, but surely you feel frightened. You saw me while he was trying to bury me. You saw the heavy plant pot he asked you to get it for him to decorate his yard with it. He put it above the pit he digged for me. You saw a lot, but now you see me. The image is getting clearer and clearer, but now it's crystal clear. It's ironic how you provide life to all of your plants, but you fail to provide life for me? I asked you a question earlier. What was the wrongdoing? It was being quiet. Well, there's another fault, by the way, but it's not yours. He didn't make sure I was actually dead. Yeah, I was about to suffocate, but I managed to escape. And now, I will correct all of this instead of you. I bet you have seen your neighbor leaving. He didn't. In fact, he's still in the house. Or let me say, in the garden. If you focus, you'll find the plant pot in a different position. And when you finish this call, you'll hear the police. And they will find his corpse instead of mine. Underneath the pot, remember it? Stabbed several times with a sharp knife. And interestingly enough, this knife is the one you use to keep your plants safe. And the one you lost some days ago. And let me answer your last question. Why was I calling you? Simply, I was keeping you busy so that I can sneak into your house and leave various shreds of evidence for the police to find. Some hair strands spread in different spots, some blood stains that were wiped by a criminal which can be easily detected, and even the victim's purse. You will find it beneath your tables if you search well. And lastly, I have managed to lock all your doors and secure the windows completely. Now, you're trapped. I got to escape, but you won't. You don't deserve it. And please consider this the last and only lesson, to learn how keeping quiet can be very harmful sometimes.